Not all exercise is suitable for everyone. To reduce the risk of injury, consult your doctor before participating in this or any other exercise program. If you feel any pain, discomfort, or dizziness, do not continue. The creators, producers, participants, and distributors of this program disclaim any liability or loss in connection with the exercise and instruction herein.
Welcome to Power Yoga, Mind and Body. My name's Adrienne Reed. Our theme for today, advanced poses again, one of my favorites. Guys, this is going to be a fun class. These poses are hard, as you can guess from the name, so enjoy them, have a nice time, don't get frustrated, smile, relax, fall, have a good time. So we're going to start in a nice seated position. When you're ready, we're just going to bend your right knee and bring your hands in front of your shin. Start with just a nice easy cradle position. You're just going to rock side to side gently, nice and slowly, Erin, not too much. There you go, so warming up through your glutes, through that hip. And let's go 2 more breaths there, just relaxing through. The higher up you bring your arms, the more extension you get through that. You know that's a warm-up, that can't possibly be the advanced pose. When you're ready, go ahead and release that leg. Let's swap it up, so left leg comes into that cradle position. Everyone here is thinking, I can do that. No worries. And same thing, just rocking side to side gently, working through your hip flexor, working through your glutes, working on the outer edge of that hip. The higher up you bring your leg, and you can also bring your hands into namaste. That's kind of a cool version of that. 1 more breath there, looking good. And exhale, go ahead and release that. Let's go ahead and float into half lotus. So right leg is going to bend. We're gonna bring your right heel in towards your belly button. Roll the top of your right foot in towards your left hip crease. Hands come to namaste. Let's just go a couple good breaths there. See if you can let that right knee float downward, so you're extending that heel toward the back and drawing your knee downward. Make sure that left leg is active. And exhale, let's go ahead and swap it up. So extend that right leg forward, shake that out a little bit. Let's go left leg into half lotus. So left heel in towards your belly button. Roll the top of your left foot into your right hip crease. Hands come to namaste again. So nice and tall, sit bones to the crown of your head. Right leg is engaged, so right toes are pointed upward. Draw that left knee downward, which gives you a little more opening through the front edge of your hip. Exhale, go ahead and release that, shake it out. We're gonna float into a full lotus. Let's go right leg first. So right foot drops into lotus, and then on top, left leg comes into lotus. If that's too much for you, I want you to just go to a cross-legged position. Once again, hands drop to namaste. Draw your knees downward, tall through the torso. Exhale, let's go ahead and release that. Draw your legs forward, shake that out a little bit. We could have done something even cooler there. Let's do same thing. So left leg floats into half lotus first, and then right leg comes on top. I think lotus is like cross-legged position. One way feels right and one way feels wrong. So this way may feel good or not so good for you. Knees are dropping downward, tall through the torso. Let's go a couple good breaths there. Fabulous. Exhale, go ahead and release that, shake it out a little bit. So that looked cool, but you know that was a warm-up for something much better. Let's stand on up, guys. Warm-ups are over, friends. We're gonna float right into a standing half lotus position. We're gonna forward fold in that half lotus position. So if you can, right heel comes up into half lotus. Try and have that foot right in your left hip crease. If that's too much for you, I want you to drop to a tree position or a Janu position. Hands come to namaste. Let's go 2 good breaths there. Let that right knee float down, get that opening through your hips. Inhale, let's sweep your arms up overhead. Controlled, slow, calm. I want you to exhale, fall forward, stop halfway, lengthen sit bones to fingertips, and then exhale, float the rest of the way down. We're gonna go 5 breaths there in that standing forward fold. Looking good, everybody. If you need to, you can move that foot up with your left hand, or hold that foot with your left hand. Beautiful, working through the hips, extending through your balance. Here's where it gets hard. From here, in a controlled, slow manner, inhale, sweep your torso up, stop halfway, lengthen sit bones to fingertips. See, I got you, Erin. Inhale, come on up, release, shake it out a little bit. Nice job, man. Nice job. If you fall in that, no worries. This should be a fun class. Smile, guys, relax, enjoy. Same thing, other side. So left heel comes into half lotus. Once again, if you need to, I want you to drop to Janu or tree. Inhale, bring your hands to namaste. Get a couple good breaths there. Find that balance, relax into it. Trying to stay out of everybody's focal point here. From there, sweep your arms up overhead. Nice and controlled and slowly, I want you to fall forward with your torso. Stop halfway, lengthen sit bones to fingertips. Yes. If you fall, no worries. We're falling here. That's okay. Float the rest of the way down. You guys hung with me. I didn't even ask you to stay. That's fabulous. 5 good breaths here in this forward fold. If you need to, you can pull that left heel up with your right hand. Couple good breaths there. Love you for doing this one. That's an awesome pose to start right off the bat with. When you're ready. Again, slow and controlled. Inhale, sweep your arms up. See if you can lengthen sit bones to fingertips. Stop halfway. Inhale, come on up the rest of the way. Drop out of that pose. Phew, we are done. No thing for you. Not a thing. No worries. So let's get harder. All right, so if you need to, I want you to grab a strap. If you can, and I suggest really trying to use your hands if you can, we're gonna extend your right leg forward. You're gonna hold the sides of your foot with your hands. So let's actually warm up there for a breath or two. You can drop your nose in towards your knee and just get a couple good breaths there. We'll warm up on both sides, then we'll get hard. How's that? I'm not that mean. So a nice stretch across the back of your right leg, finding that balance. Exhale, go ahead and release and shake that out a little bit. Let's do the same thing with the other side. So left heel comes up at hips height. You can either hook your leg with your foot with your strap or grab the sides of your foot with your hands. And same thing, draw your nose towards your knee. A nice stretch for balance. Nice along the back of that left leg, beautiful. And exhale, come on out, release. Oh, we're ready for this next one. This is a tough one. When you're ready, let's go back up at hips height with that right heel. Again, either using your hands or that strap. Find your balance, fix your gaze. We're gonna slowly lower down, only lower down to a height that feels okay for you. If you feel real good, I want you to lower all the way down to a squat position. Keep those hands hooked. You're gonna pull forward with your hands, bring your chin towards your big toe, exhale. See if you can stand up. Pow, that's hard. Everybody did it, no worries here. Shake that out a little bit. Same thing, other side. Woo, we got another side. Left leg extends forward. So this should be slow and controlled. Don't drop your hands to the mat. I want you to stay controlled. Only go down to a level that feels good for you. When you're ready, bend in your right knee. If 2 inches is as low as you can go, that's great. Don't go any further than that. If you can get all the way down, that's exactly it, Curtis. That's fabulous. It's that last couple inches that get you. When you're ready, pull with your hands, extend forward with your chin. Awesome, Curtis. Looking good, everybody. Shake it out a little bit. Professionals here on the set. Shake it out. Let's go ahead and go for an inverted split. So when you're ready, inhale, extend up nice and tall, heels to fingertips, and exhale, go ahead and fall into just a nice forward fold, so hinge at the waist. We're gonna go right leg up toward the ceiling. And in a nice inverted split here. Let your head and neck relax and dangle down. I want you to open up the toes in your upper foot and pull the ball of your foot upward. Your hips do not have to be square, so if you want to open through the hips, that gives you a little bit more extension. We're going to go 2 more breaths on that side. The more you let your head and neck relax and dangle down, the higher you can actually go with that foot. So use the weight of your upper body to your advantage. Exhale, go ahead and release. Drop that right leg down. You can bend into a squat, shake your knees back and forth a little bit to release that a little bit if you need. And let's warm up on the other side. When you're ready, left heel kicks up, inverted split, same thing. So you're still in that forward fold. Come on up with that left leg, inverted split. Beautiful. Head and neck are relaxed. Let the weight of your upper body just relax and dangle down. Open up the toes in your foot and extend that foot upward. One more breath there. Looking good, everybody? Exhale, come on out, release, bend your knees, shake that out a little bit. You know that was a warm-up. Come on up, shake it out. So let's add a little difficulty in here. When you're ready, inhale, sweep up, get nice and tall, heels to fingertips. Exhale, go ahead and fall forward, hinge at the waist into your forward fold. We're gonna bring that right leg up into that inverted split again. This time you're gonna interlace your hands behind your back and also draw your arms overhead. So you're in inverted split, arms overhead. If you can, bring your nose in towards your knees. So this is wonderful for balance. Strength, stamina, flexibility, balance, everything, man. This is power yoga at its best. We're going 2 more breaths there. If you fall out of it, no worries. We are too. This is hard. Smile, relax, enjoy. This should be a fun class. And exhale, release, drop your hands down to the mat, drop your leg down, shake it out, do what you have to do. Smile. Be proud of yourself. And let's do that same thing on the other side. So when you're ready, pop up with your hips into that forward fold. When you're ready, left leg floats up toward the ceiling. So get that inverted split first, then interlace your hands behind your back. Fall forward with your torso, bring your arms overhead. Try and keep that inverted split. Try not to bring that heel down if you can help it. Aaron, that's fabulous. Curtis, looking good. Exhale, release your hands down, drop your legs down. Shake it out a little bit. We're gonna drop your bottoms down to the mat. Let's go ahead into a seated position, guys. All right, let's do a little bit of work with the forward fold here, Paschimottanasana, just to get started. So straighten up your legs. You should be in a staff pose. You can move that flesh out from underneath your sit bones. Inhale, lengthen sit bones to fingertips, so extend up with your arms. And then exhale, go ahead and fall forward. Just we're gonna get a couple good breaths here in a forward fold before we move to our next pose. One more breath there. Looking good, guys. And exhale, come on up and release that. You're gonna open up your feet slightly. You're gonna bend your knees. We're gonna fall forward with your torso. You're trying to get your arms underneath your knees. If you can, just fall forward there. If you're feeling real good, reach around, see if you combine. I'm gonna let Erin show that one. Fabulous. Looking good. Head and neck are relaxed, arms are extended out or reach behind and bind. We're gonna go 2 more deep breaths there. See if you can actually relax into that pose. Curtis, you're like a centimeter away from binding. Yes. Here, I'll put my hand in the middle. We'll look like we're bound.
Pull hard.
Exhale, go ahead and release. Shake that out a little bit. Looking good, everybody. All right, come on up into a squat position. We're gonna do a little bit of work with Vakrasana, a crooked pose it's called. You're gonna float your knees off toward the right-hand side. So actually you may wanna be in more of a seated than a squat position now that I say that. We're gonna bring your right foot in front of your left, so you're crossing your legs. You should have a gap between your knees, and you're gonna drop your right hand on the inside. I want you to bend your right knee and bring your right elbow right underneath your right knee. As you start floating forward with your torso, you're gonna straighten through your right leg. Fabulous, looking good everybody. We're going 5 good breaths there. If you can just extend up with your lower body, that's wonderful. If you can straighten through your legs, that's the really advanced version, looking good. That's fabulous everybody. That's wonderful. Exhale, come on out, release. Draw your legs forward, rock your knees back and forth, roll your wrists. Beautiful. When you're ready, same thing on the other side. So spin off toward the left-hand side. You're gonna cross your left ankle over your right. Drop your hand, left hand between your legs. Drop both hands to the mat. When you're ready, that left elbow has to hook underneath your left knee. Go ahead and roll your torso forward. Go ahead and pick your lower body up. If you can, straighten through your left leg. Your left leg is extending and holding your right leg up. That's fabulous, Curtis. Give me 5 good breaths there total. So you may have been there a little bit. Go to what feels good for you. Try and stay the same amount on this time as side on you did as on the other side. Wonderful. Exhale. Go ahead and release. Shake that out a little bit. Roll your wrists if you need to. Advanced poses, no worries for people here. I hope it's not for you either. All right, let's do a little bit of work with boat here, Shalamba So we're gonna try and extend our hands forward. So go ahead and float your hands behind, and we're gonna drive your heels upward. If that's too much for you, I want you to keep your knees bent. We're gonna start just by dropping your hands forward for a breath or two. And then from there, see if you can drop your hands down to the mat, palms downward. So not just your fingertips, try and get your palms flat, lengthen through your legs. We're gonna go 5 more breaths there. That's beautiful. So flat through the palms, long through the lower back, lengthen through the legs. You guys are looking fabulous today. Beautiful. Exhale, come on out, release. Shake that out a little bit. No worries. Guys, we're gonna do a little bit of work with shoulder stand here. So I want you to go ahead and grab your blankets, open them up once. We're gonna draw your head toward the top edge of your mat. So you wanna do your blanket about 1/3 of the way down from the top of your mat. Beautiful. If you're at home, go ahead and grab a blanket or a towel. When you do work with shoulder stand, work with me a little bit here, you want the blanket to be in a position where your shoulders are on the blanket, but your head and neck is not on the blanket. So go ahead and roll up in just an easy shoulder stand for me, Curtis. So notice how that gives him a little bit of gap underneath his neck and protects that one vertebrae that tends to stick out in shoulder stand. Beautiful. And go ahead and lower down. So when you're ready, guys, get that blanket in the right position or that towel in the right position. We're all gonna roll up and just go a couple good breaths in a straight shoulder stand here. You can float your hands underneath your lower back and support your lower back. In a shoulder stand, you really wanna be nice and long all the way up to your heels. Some people like to point their toes, some people like to flex their feet. The goal is to have no bend in your waist whatsoever. So you're really lengthening through your legs, you're tucking your tailbone slightly, hollowing through your lower belly. You guys looking good. From here, let's throw another extra pose in. We're gonna drop both of your feet down to hips height. So you're stopping with both of your legs about halfway down to the floor. From there, see if you can sweep your hands to your thighs, to your knees, to your shins. So you're keeping those heels up, keeping those legs up. So come up higher with your legs, higher with your legs, higher with legs. That's the way, Diane. Nice job. Couple more breaths there. That's exactly it, Erin and Curtis, looking good. Beautiful. Release your hands, sweep your hands behind your lower back. You can drop your toes to the floor. Some of you have towels in front of you, so just caution there. If you're strong through the core, I want you to bring both legs up together. If not, go one leg at a time. So Erin, you're already there, no worries. Lengthen through that shoulder stand. So everyone should be in a nice shoulder stand here. Beautiful. Let's get a little more work here. We're gonna bring your right heel down to hips height. So right leg comes down, left heel continues to drive up toward the ceiling. We're gonna bring that right heel off toward the left-hand side. Fabulous. So getting a little bit of a twist through the torso, lengthening through the legs. Exhale, go ahead and float back towards center. You can draw your feet overhead, toenails hit the mat. Relax for a couple of breaths there, so try and release your core for a moment or two. You got it, plow for me. From there, if you're strong through the core, keep those legs straight. Come on back up to center. Otherwise, go one leg at a time. We're gonna drop that left heel down to hips height. And again, that right heel is gonna stay up toward the ceiling. You're gonna twist your right leg off to the left-hand side, so you should be twisting through your torso, engaging through your core, working a little bit through the legs here. That's fabulous, Curtis. Looking good, everybody. One more breath there. And exhale, come on back to center. Drop your toenails overhead. Relax for a couple of breaths. And when you're ready, I want you to lower down vertebrae by vertebrae. So relax out of shoulder stand for a moment. We're gonna do one more pose in shoulder stand, but I want you to come out of it for a breath or two and relax. When your hips hit the mat, you can slowly lower your heels downward. If you're tired, just lay on down. So just lay down on your back for a breath or two. Relax there. Looking good, everybody. I just didn't want to keep you there too long. If you need to adjust your blanket, feel free to do that at this point. We're gonna go one more nice calm breath here. And from there, let's get harder, shall we? When you're ready, roll on up and do another shoulder stand for me. Beautiful. Once again, try and lose that bend in your hips, so drive strongly up with your feet, tuck your tailbone, hollow your lower belly. We're gonna go right heel down to hips height. Left foot is gonna drop toward the wall behind you, so you're opening up in a split first. You're gonna swing your right leg to the left, your left leg to the right. You should feel this very actively through your obliques. Beautiful. Looking good. We're going two more breaths there, so open nice and widely. Looking good. Erin, try and give me a little bit more through that leg. Yes, that's the way. So see how you're going a little more in a split and then twisting. Exhale, roll back towards center. Drop your toenails overhead to the floor to plow halasana. Relax a couple breaths there. When you're ready, if you're strong through the core, I want those legs straight and together. Otherwise, go one leg at a time. We got one last side here. Left heel drops down to hips height. Right leg opens toward the center. And then when you're ready, so establish that split first. Roll your right leg to the left, your left leg to the right. That's it. Beautiful. So fall into that split first and then take that twist. You should feel that again actively through your obliques, actively through your chest, actively through your legs. Extend your feet in either direction. It really helps with your balance. Beautiful. Exhale, come on back towards center. Drop your toenails overhead for a breath or two. And when you feel like you're ready, go ahead and roll out of that slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. When your hips hit the mat, you can straighten up your legs, drive your heels all the way down. And once you get down there, just relax for a breath or two there. When you're ready, draw your arms overhead. Use the strength of your arms and abs. Come on up to a seated position. If you're laying on a blanket, you can go ahead and pull that blanket out from underneath. And just bring it right to the side, guys. You're gonna spin around for me. Sorry about that, Lydia. Gonna spin around. Guys, let's get ready for shavasana. So go ahead and lay down flat on your back. That wasn't too bad. Nice job today. I know that was a hard one. The final pose of class is the most important in yoga, called shavasana. This pose is what you've worked the entire class to achieve, an exploration of stillness in action. As you lay on your mat, allow your entire body to come to rest. Let your feet flop open, bring your hands by your sides with your palms upward. Close your eyes. Let your mind and body relax completely. The purpose of this time is to just be. Be still in your heart, still in your body, still in yourself. Try to remain in this pose for 5 to 10 minutes, finding health and harmony within. Thank you so much for your time and hard work today. You guys did wonderful. Namaste.
If you'd like to continue to improve your strength, stamina, flexibility, and balance, order Power Yoga for Athletes. This hour-long video is for yogis who embrace a more active lifestyle. Call 1-866-629-1591 or visit adriennereed.com. For tips and secrets on Power Yoga, visit WUSF.org and click on the Power Yoga icon. You'll find frequently asked questions and show information from Adrienne Reed.